Welcome to the Graybeard Chronicles podcast. Your hosts, Brian Halstead and Kevin Harkins, are two gray-bearded patriots who love God, their family and friends, and their country. The Graybeards are here to inspire, inform, and educate you on a myriad of topics they are passionate about. Brian and Kevin have a strong desire to share this with you to help you live your best life. Sit back and enjoy this amazing podcast as the Graybeards pass along the wisdom of the ages.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Graybeard Chronicles. I'm Brian Halstead.
And I'm Kevin Harkins.
And Kevin, we're here to pass along some wisdom of the ages. What the heck does that mean?
We're not perfect, but we do have gray beards. And that means we've got some significant life experience, some life lessons, and some perspectives that are worthy of passing along.
Well, I think that sums it up nicely. Let's get to it. Kevin, what's going on, mister?
Just hanging out.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
I need to keep my pipe away from the microphone so I don't hit it again.
I was going to say, I wasn't sure what you were up to there, but
Yeah,
you were up to
it was
something. And
kinda
I just,
like,
oh, okay. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't mean to hit that, but it happened.
I didn't hear it.
Yep.
Maybe
Well,
somebody else did.
Well,
Those
and
who were,
if they did, now they know what it was.
there you go.
So what's happening, man? Happy August. Welcome to August.
It is August.
Damn.
Wow. Yeah. I've been enjoying the summer, though. Every single day, I'm thankful. It's been a little warm.
Well, it's nice this week to have a little bit of a break in the
Right.
temperature.
I think around here, July is the hottest month of the year, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
And then,
but there's no guarantees, I mean, we say that and then next week will be crazy.
there are some guarantees.
Right.
I mean, I will guarantee you that the average temperature in July will be higher than the average temperature in January. That's a guarantee.
That's safe as long as you're talking about both of those time frames and this geography.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so there's guarantees.
Mm-hmm.
I think it starts to taper out late August. It starts to slowly reach the tipping point of
it's interesting though about temperature and how this kind of translates into other areas of our life where we get quickly accustomed to things, climatized to things.
Mhm.
And I went out a few days ago and it was like 67 degrees in the morning, or maybe that was I don't know if it
might have been this morning.
It might have been this morning.
Yeah.
But I noted it's like, damn, it's kind of chilly out here. And I'm looking to see what the temperature was. I'm like, that's 67. Now you fast forward 4 months from now, and we'll be dying for a 67 degree day, right? And running around in shorts and a t-shirt when it comes around, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You all right? You doing well?
I'm good, man.
Okay. You look good.
Nice to be back in town.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've been a traveling man.
Yeah, a little bit, but I'm back for a brief stint.
There's a song or two about that. Being a traveling man.
Go ahead. What you got?
No, I got nothing.
All right.
No, I'm good.
You do periodically tease us with the singing thing.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a previous life that I lived.
Okay.
Where I did some singing.
Previous life.
Yeah.
Don't have the ability anymore.
No, I do.
The interest or desire.
But I mean, I'm out of practice. It's like, So there you go.
All right. Well, since we're in person, I thought we could pick up where we left off on probably our last in-person conversation, and that would be to continue the whole luck of the draw methodology.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch more topics in this little bucket here that we can draw from and have some more conversations about them. So I like the way the first one went.
You bet.
And had some good feedback on that from others. So let's roll with it.
All right, I'm ready.
You gonna do the first one?
No, you are. I was gonna pick up the can for you.
I'm gonna do the first one. Shake it up.
All right, there you go.
All right,
come on, lay it on me, brother. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, see, I'm picking the topic. So
oh no, I get to pick the topic.
Oh, you want to pick the topic?
Yeah, you hand me that one.
Okay,
we're good.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right.
All right. I mean, because this is your topic and you know it's in there, and I'm literally coming in cold.
No, you're not.
I'm coming in cold.
No, you're not. I sent you pictures of the topics that were going in here.
No, that was like a month ago, man.
Well, still,
good Lord,
you had the opportunity to review them.
All right, I got it. All right, this one's easy, man. I'm giving you a softball. I'm not giving you a softball. I'm giving you a mush ball. Do you remember a mush ball? Did they have that out here?
You just keep your mush balls away from me, buddy.
No,
I have no interest. I have no interest in your mush balls. Thank you very much.
No. So there's a softball, baseball, softball is just basically a bigger baseball,
right?
Maybe slightly softer. Then there's a mush ball, and a mush ball has like this outer pillow layer. It's not that thick, but it's like a softball, but with an outer pillow layer. And you can't hardly hit it out of the infield, even if you kill it.
Right. Yeah, I've seen those. I've never heard them called that, and I don't know what the name for them that we used was. That's not coming to mind.
It's a mush ball.
Well, maybe.
No.
Maybe where you came from. Some of that stuff ends up being, driven by the area that it's in. But I'll take your word for it.
I have a story about that, but I won't tell today.
All right.
Anyway, the issue that I just drew from there, or you drew and handed to me, communication. That's the luck of the draw. Communication. What do you have to say about communication?
So communication. Wow, that's the one problem we solve, and I don't know if there's much else to do, right? Because that's probably the most important aspect of what you do on a daily basis, whether it's in your personal life, professional life, all of the above. Communication is key. And it's a two-part equation, right? So you've got the transmitting of your communication, then you've got the receiving end, and both of those things have to take place, right? And it doesn't always happen that way, right? So it's key to understand that when you're having that level of communication with somebody, you've got to send a message. They have to receive and acknowledge that message, process it, and then have their own opportunity to respond to it. But it's an interactive thing.
Yes, it is.
I mean, imagine. Can you imagine just for a second your life without communicating with anyone? I think there's an innate need within us.
No, I can't imagine. I really cannot
to communicate with something, right? The thing that flashed into my mind when I said that was what was the Tom Hanks movie, Castaway, right? And his buddy Wilson, right? So I mean, he had to have somebody, and yeah, I think we're like that, right? So we want to. I've said before, we're herd animals, right? And we want to communicate with others. We want to have others in our lives, and being able to have effective communication with them is very important.
Okay. I agree. And I think you said it right. The very first couple of words that came out of your mouth on this topic. And that is, I'll modify your words to mine. There is little in life that is more important than this issue of communication. And my take on the same thing that you said, it's two parts, giving and receiving. And the only thing that pops to mind as you were talking about the giving part of it is it's important to communicate what the message that you want to communicate, but think before you talk. Think through what you want to say. Like so many things in life, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Sometimes it's what you say, but in other words, don't just spout off. Right. Take a minute, stop, breathe, and then communicate with more intention, one of your favorite words. And on the receiving part, I think we've actually mentioned this before a couple times. We have 2 ears, 1 mouth, which means we ought to be listening twice as much as we talk when we're communicating. And so actively, truly listening with interest and drawing people out, those are, oh my goodness. When I think about my life and sort of the big mistakes that I've made in my life, and the big failures, they all have to do with communication. Every single one of them. Think about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think everybody can point to situations like that where it was communication.
Right.
And hopefully, as you travel this journey, this highway, this experience we call life, you get better at it. You certainly have an opportunity. I was and one of the things that I keyed in on when you were talking is how, to think about it, process it before you say it. I like to think of words like bullets. Once you pull that trigger, and they're headed down range, you can't recall them.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they're gonna hit the target, and they're gone. Right. Words are the same way. Once they're out of your mouth and to somebody else's ear, you can't recall them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you might have to do some, damage repair later because of what you sent down range.
That's right.
So.
Right.
But yeah, hopefully you do get better with time and with practice, and figuring out how to more effectively communicate with those in the workplace, in your personal relationships. I don't want to say that communication is the most important thing in your life, because it's not. All right. So you've got other things in my mind that are higher than that: your faith, your family, and so on. And interwoven into all of those things is the essential element of communication. So you've got to maintain that and keep that sword sharp.
Right. Thank you. I'm excited about the next topic.
All right. So who's drawing this one? Am I drawing this one?
You're drawing this one, yeah.
And then you are going to talk about it?
Yes.
All right.
I'm going to be all over this. I'm
be all over it.
I'm going to be all over it, like wool on a sheep.
All right.
That one, I made that one up. That's pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was. I'm sure nobody's ever said that. Oh, all right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's see. I feel like I'm opening a fortune out of a fortune cookie here.
Don't be giving that, man.
Here you go. Here's one for you. Can you read
action?
That? Can you read that? It's kind of small.
I can read it.
What
it says action.
It does.
Can you not read it?
No, I read it just fine.
Oh, okay. Action.
What you didn't put that? Oh, you put it over there. Yes, action. Let's talk about action.
So,
a needle pulling thread.
Yeah, that's some action.
Yeah.
No, I mean, action is all about taking these incredible thoughts that you have in your head, your goals, your dreams, your plans, your daily intention, and turning it into action, actually doing it. All the rest of it, if you don't take action on, because how many people do this? A lot of people do this. Oh, if someday, or one day I will, or someday I'm going to do A, B, or C. And they very often don't ever actually pull the trigger. They don't actually take the action. And so without action, you're just a dreamer.
That's right.
That's it. That simply put, without the action,
goals without action are just dreams.
You're just a dreamer.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a time and a place for dreams, but if you want to actually have forward progress in your life, then you got to take action. And so critically important to move yourself forward and make yourself better. Take action. Read the book, study the course, learn the language, build the thing. Whatever it is, start the business, practice the piano, ride the motorcycle, whatever it is, you got to take some action.
Ride the motorcycle now?
Tomorrow.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'll go now.
Yeah.
If that's
I know you wouldn't. No, I won't.
I'm out.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Action is key, right? So it's the difference between goals and dreams. And oftentimes it's the missing element, because people get paralyzed by the fear of the unknown.
Right.
Or sometimes I think people get paralyzed by the fear of actually accomplishing what it is that they wanted to accomplish. Right. So they get so close to it. There's all of a sudden it's like, oh no, how do I'm not sure I'm comfortable with actually realizing this and actually accomplishing this. That this is gonna change me or could change my whole world. And they sometimes will engage in self-sabotage to keep that from happening.
Yeah.
It's like the
Fear,
reverse of action.
Another big fear. This is an actual story, true story. Guy that I know, this is from years ago. He had this dream, and his dream was always to build his own boat. He wanted to build a boat. He was a handy guy, but and he may have since done it. But all the years I knew him, and I knew him for several years, many years, he never did it. He just talked about it. He never took action because he was worried that he wasn't going to be able to do a good enough job that people would be impressed with his work. And that was it. It was that fear that stopped him from taking action.
Right.
Doggone it. You got to stop that stuff.
Right. The whole perfectionism.
Right.
And so, yeah.
Right. So if there's something going on in your life and you're thinking about one day I'll do this, or someday I'll do that, or if the circumstances and the planets align, I'll do the other, just freaking do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. It's better to know and have failed than to reach the grave and have regret of, those things that you didn't do, that you didn't seize the opportunity to do.
That's another good way to say it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things,
Yeah.
sayings like that, all men die, only a small segment of our population actually live.
Yeah.
And, the importance of living while you're here, I actually had a conversation with somebody today about that very subject. And, I don't, a comment was made about, living, once you get that done, you can, live large, live your best life. And I'm like, I do that every day. I'm not going to wait,
right.
However long, for, some significant thing to happen. Like, a lot of times in people's lives, it'll be like, they're waiting for retirement and then they're going to do all these grand things. And they put all that stuff off or didn't do a lot of, fun things and really enjoy life on the way. And then they get to retirement and they're going to enjoy these things and they drop dead a year later.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Live now. Live now. I saw a video the other day that was talking about, don't stop saving your money, spend that shit. You can't take it with you. You need to enjoy it now. And while I think that's funny to a degree, I mean, saving is important. And at the same time, if that's all you're doing and not actually enjoying the fruits of your labor, then, who's going to get to, right? Who's going to get to enjoy the fruits of your labor? Make sure that you're weaving in some enjoyment and actually living while you're here.
It's really funny that you should say that, and especially this, yeah. Anyway, you remind me of a comment that my mother would make. This is after they were both retired, and you'd call up and just check in with your parents like you do. Hey, what are you doing? My mother would say, "Oh, we're going to go spend your inheritance." And you know what? I loved that because it wasn't my money. I didn't work for it. I had nothing to do with it. Not that my parents had a lot of money. They didn't, but they had enough to enjoy life
right
in their golden years.
Right.
And they, they lived. And my mother would actually use that comment. We're going to spend your inheritance.
Yeah, I love that.
And yeah, you too. I love that.
Yeah.
Right. And there are people who don't love. They're like, don't do that.
Right.
Don't spend my inheritance. No. Look, it's their money. They earned it.
Yeah, that's right. Don't spend. I've lived off you my entire life.
Right.
I don't know how to survive without that. Yeah. Suck it up. Figure it out. Another thing came out of this conversation that I was having today is the comment was made about wisdom, right? So people get smarter as they get older. They gain more wisdom. And I said, well, I'm going to have to push back on that phrase a little bit. That statement you just made. While I agree that people are presented with the opportunity to gain more wisdom over time. There's no guarantee that just the progression through time is going to result in wisdom. Right. You've got to be willing to learn and learn when the opportunity presents itself.
Very good.
That was
do you want one more?
That was a long-winded explanation for action.
You kind of wandered off the reservation on that one.
Well, it happens every now and then.
Oh, this one's so easy. Another mush ball for you. You got the 2 mush balls. You did. This one is a total friggin' mush ball. Oh my. Underhand pitch.
Right. I'd appreciate it if you stopped talking about my mush ball, man. That's a little unnecessary.
Gratitude.
I would appreciate it if you would stop talking.
That's not gratitude.
You know, I think gratitude, man, we don't even need to talk about gratitude. We've talked about it so much over the history of this podcast and the importance thereof. You know, it is an absolutely essential element to greater success and happiness in your life. One of the reasons that, you know, if you're listening to this and you're miserable, you're having a shitty day, it's probably a day that you didn't express much gratitude for the things that you do have and the things that you were able to enjoy. You focused on lack or negativity or opposite things, you know, that pull you away from the attitude of gratitude. And man, it's just, you know, you master that and focus on, you know, just 1 or 2 things a day. Wake up in the morning, hit the ground, feet hit the ground and just think right away about, you know, what am I thankful for? What am I grateful for today? And express that gratitude. It will change your mindset completely for the rest of the day.
I just have one quick thing to say about gratitude.
Right.
And then I'm done, because I think you've said some really good stuff. And that is this. You want to change your life? Everybody out there, you want to change your life for the better immediately. Wake up every morning and spend 1 minute expressing gratitude for who you are, where you are, what you have, what your relationships are. 1 minute. You wake up, and when you have gained consciousness, spend 1 minute being grateful for the things that you have. It will change your life.
Yeah, no doubt. It's the 1 minute challenge.
The 1 minute challenge. 1 minute challenge. You stand
thrown down by Kevin.
A legitimate 60 seconds. Wake up and spend 1 minute being grateful.
You got to do it, right? You got to do it.
It will change your life.
The
because
plethora of wisdomosity that is rolling out of this guy right now.
It is wisdom.
You got to do it, right? Yes. I just had to work that word in there.
I like
it.
We
got to use that.
Yeah.
I like the word. You did a fine job making that shit up.
That's all I got. I can't add any more than that.
Well, those are great things to discuss, right? I mean, 3 great topics, and there's many more in here that we'll capture in another recording. But communication, action, and gratitude. Wow.
Yeah.
More and more effective means of all of those in your life, and your life will absolutely get better in spite of you.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I haven't our next topic, by the way, but I'll tell you after we stop recording.
No, tell us now. Come on, dangle
Nope.
that out there. You already did. Come on.
Okay, I'll give you a teaser, but it's not going to be it's a person. We're gonna talk about a person and the remarkable things that this person did.
So it's not a live person.
Correct.
Anymore. They have passed.
They're a person who has gone before under the most extreme circumstances and left behind incredible lessons for us to carry away. Okay.
I like it. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I look forward to turning this button off over here and hearing more about that here.
Okay. All right.
So no matter who you are, where you are, what you're doing, make sure between this podcast and the next, you take time
to enjoy the ride.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Graybeard Chronicles. Please subscribe so you'll receive notification when new episodes are available. To learn more about the Graybeards, visit their website, graybeardchronicles.com.